Good evening, welcome to Facebook Live number 25 of 2017. My name's Rob Yates and he is...
Mark Hopkins.
Excellent. We're your founders of Tetrakey and we're here to revolutionise the business coaching world, or maybe just have it as an evolution into something bigger, better, cooler, more powerful, more real. And so this is number 25 of 260 Facebook Lives that we're going to do as a minimum for 2017, and that's some 3,000 minutes, 45 hours of content that we're going to give to you so you can go from good to great in your business, in your career, or maybe just in your life this year. And first person online this evening is Jolene Naidu. So hi Jolene from both of us, and I think Jolene, we're seeing you tomorrow night, so very excited to see you. Tonight we're going to talk about what exactly are you chasing, and our thoughts on the importance of knowing what it is you're chasing and what the cost of the chase actually is. As with ever, what's your ticket to the game, Mark?
Ticket to the game is to lots of sharing, please, and lots of liking. So, Paul, thank you very much. It's a good start to the evening. And the other thing we're asking for is please download our free ebook and give us your thoughts and feelings. But share, like, and download the book.
Yeah, and if you want to, share the book with all your friends and colleagues. It's not often you get a free book to download, so share it widely. And you'll find the link for that in the text links to this live session. So I wanted to bring up this topic this evening of what exactly are you chasing after. After a little bit of feedback from somebody I met last week, and also after following the sort of Facebook social media, fine, but with great activities. Thank you, Paul. Social media structures and the things that are out there of, you know, the earn $2 million this year with some guy driving his Porsche parked outside a mansion, which would have to be in Los Angeles somewhere.
Obviously.
That's what I reckon, somewhere like that. And lots of people go and chuck lots of money at following that or chasing that dream. And in our experience, less than 0.01% people actually go anywhere with that, and even those people don't go and get the Porsche and get the house, or if they do, they get the Porsche and they get the house and they lose it very, very, very quickly. And so I just wanted to chat about what is it you're chasing. I mean, Mark, what is it you're chasing?
It's always a difficult question, especially when you got up at 4:30 this morning to catch a 6 o'clock flight, and it's now 9 o'clock at night, and you've had a very tough day. I think. But it's interesting then when you ask that question. The day that I've had today is I'm chasing choice. I'm chasing the option and the opportunity to make the decision that I want to make based on the scenarios that I'm facing at that time. And I think the freedom of choice is an interesting dream for me, because it's something you can't quantify. So it's not a dollar and cent amount. It's not a pound and pence amount. It's a lifestyle choice. It's a choice I want to have where I can do what I want to do when I want to do, and I can invest my time and energy in things that I want to invest my time and energy. I can surround myself with people that I want to be surrounding myself with, because they're going to help me become the best version of myself. And you?
Mine's very similar. You see, what I'm chasing is kind of similar to Mark in terms of choice, but it's about sustainability. It's about having, you see, we could have a choice, couldn't we? Let's just say year or 2 years' time, we could work 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. And in 2 years' time, we could have the choice about, well, I don't know, do we buy a sports car each? Do we buy 3 houses one in Switzerland in the mountains, one in America somewhere, I don't know, where else do you fancy? Australia? Sydney Harbour maybe? I don't know, wherever it might be. Somewhere nice in London.
There you go.
So on and so forth. And we could do that for ourselves in the next 2 years, but I don't know how sustainable that is. And what you end up with if you chase that sort of choice is you end up with this boom or bust. So a lot of people make money quickly, and if you go and follow the statistics between people who go and win the lottery, for instance, 90% of them lose all their money in the first 2 years.
Yeah, I think so. It's an interesting when you think about the definition of success. and how do you know when you've reached success? And there's a story. So I was driving through South Africa to Swaziland, probably 2005. And I was always fixated by the outcome. I was fixated by getting to a destination. So I was driving, and you drive down this stunning road, and you hit this valley face, and you climb up this valley face. And I was driving, which I later found. I told the story at a presentation I ran about 6 months ago. And the lady came up to me afterwards and actually told me the hotel I was aiming for, because I forgot the hotel. But it's interesting, I actually forgot the hotel, but I was aiming to get to a hotel at a certain time. So I was driving. I wanted to get there before it got dark. And at the top of this valley face was this pub. Now, as I got to this drive, I came to the corner and saw the pub. I was going, this is going to be the coolest place to sit and have a pint and look at the view. And guess what this idiot did?
You drove straight past
I drove straight past it because I wanted to reach the outcome, which was to hit the hotel. And bizarrely enough, it was only 6 months ago, like I said, I found out the hotel. But I think about that bloody pub all the time. I'm desperate to find that pub because I want to sit there and enjoy the view. So I made a wrong choice.
And so what Mark's talking about is the cost of pursuing a certain choice, of pursuing chasing a certain thing. I mean, a few statistics for you. I mean, if you were to earn more than $400,000 US a year, you'd be in America. You'd be in the top 1% of all the earners. It's interesting if you go and look at those people who earn more than $400,000 a year. Those people work 15 hours a day, and the concept of a weekend doesn't really exist. You work pretty much 7 days a week. You often don't have holidays where everybody else have holidays because you're still working to maintain that salary or that job or that whatever else. And so it's cool to go and chase the millions of dollars. It's cool to go and chase the fancy car. It's cool to go and chase more than $400,000. I'd encourage you to. But are you really prepared for the consequences for that comes with it? I mean, Mark missed a view, but maybe you could miss your children growing up. And would it not be better to go and spend some time thinking about what it is that you're pursuing and what those costs are, and maybe, for me, not missing my daughter growing up, and accepting the fact that I can't work 80 or 90 hours a week, that actually, well, I still work 60 or 70, but I can't go that extra bit because actually I want to see my daughter grow up, which means that my goals aren't for 2 years. My thing I'm chasing is over 5 years, 10 years in a sustainable way.
And what's really interesting is whatever the choices you make, there are always opportunities out there. So you may have a plan in your head that you're fixated by, and you're missing out other opportunities. I'm sure if you get a chance, guys, just go into YouTube, and there's a really cool video about the musician Seal, and he's in Manchester in the UK. And it's a Facebook Live. Seal does Facebook Live like we do. And there's this. He
learned from the best.
There's this street musician called Poppy, and he's just watching her. And then after 15 minutes of watching her, Seal goes up to her, and in the middle of Manchester does a duet with this street musician. Now, imagine what the street musician did when she woke up that morning. I bet she, in her wildest dreams, she never thought that day she was going to do a duet with Seal. But because she put herself out there, because she was open to opportunities, she was chasing what the choices and what she was looking for. And now, when I looked at it last night, it's 4.3 million people have viewed that. So the musicians had 4.3 million views of her music, just by putting herself out there.
So what is it that you're chasing after? That's really our question for the evening. Is it a pure goal? Awesome, go for it. But is it something bigger than a goal? Mark and I haven't necessarily mentioned anything specific. We've spoken about opportunity, about choice. Freedom might even come into that, you know, those sorts of things. And certainly for me, sustainability. I think probably for Mark as well, actually. You know, if I could afford to have a sports car, I'd like to still be able to afford to have the car in 5 years' time, and I'd like to change it every couple of years because I've made that money sustainable for myself. So what is it that you're chasing, and in what time frames? Are you willing to go and work and put in the long hours and the hard graft? And are you willing to go and put those pie-in-the-sky, get-rich-quick schemes to one side and actually go and take what it's going to do to create something which I would call a legacy?
Yeah, I think once you've got an idea of what that is, try and find like-minded people. Surround yourself with the people. Maybe if you're motivated by the physical things, find someone else who is motivated by them as well. Because like-minded people drive like-minded people forward. I think that's why you and I work well together, because we're driven by similar holistic things. We're driven by the desire to help other people be successful. So. Think about what it is that you want to achieve, and then look in your network. Try and find opportunities again where you can connect with people who have similar interests, similar likes, similar desires, similar passions, because we've all got stories that we can tell of how like-minded people drive like-minded people.
So there we go. Find some people, work out is what it is you're chasing, and just consider what it is you're willing to sacrifice to achieve what it is you're gonna get, because you will get it eventually.
Yeah, and my final thought for you guys tonight would be recognise when the blinkers go on. Be conscious if you're putting the blinkers on, but then also just think about how you can make sure you take them off from time to time again, so you don't miss out those opportunities which could take your life in a direction, or your business in a direction you might not be anticipating, but might be the best thing for you. So be aware of the blinkers, be consciously aware of your blinkers, look for the opportunities, and enjoy the journey. Jeepers. You never know what's around the corner, so enjoy the journey.
I mean, the richest people in the world never set out to be the richest people in the world. Zuckerberg, Gates, Buffett, so on and so forth. They didn't ever set out to go and make $30-odd billion US or whatever it might be. They set off to go and provide something for people, to provide a service, and it just so happened to be a good enough service, but it was off to the side.
There we go. Secret to success.
Secret to success. So that's it from us this evening. Please click like, please click share this amongst your networks, and we shall see you in just under 24 hours time, and please stay amazing over the next 24 hours.
Have a great evening. See you tomorrow night.
Cheers. Good night.